Marius. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us today. My name is Dr. Reifstein, and I am speaking to you on behalf of Metalegun, a Spanish website devoted to rock and heavy metal. This year is particularly special for us because Metalegun is celebrating its 25th anniversary. So it's a real pleasure to mark the occasion by welcoming a band with such a distinctive and respected career. Triosphere has been active for more than 20 years. Correct me if I am wrong. Developing a sound that moves between traditional heavy metal, progressive, and power metal elements, a bit of hard rock, and also a bit of thrash, while always retaining a strong melodic identity. That's something that I particularly like from you guys. Your fourth studio album, Oceans Above, Stars Below, great title, by the way, arrives on 28th of August, this month. And it is almost 12 years after the previous one, The Heart of the Matter. So Triosphere never officially broke up. So this is not exactly a reunion, but it does end an unusual long chapter between records. So thank you again for joining us. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much for having us. Congratulations on your anniversary, and it's awesome to finally be back with new music for sure.
Definitely. And of course, my first question will be about that, some of them, because it's interesting. It has happened a lot of times. So almost 12 years. Now we have Oceans Above, Stars Below. And well, there is a dominant feeling and excitement about sharing it. And the question is, do you feel excited about sharing this new album, or it is mainly more relief that such a long chapter has finally reached its conclusion?
Well, it's a bit of both for sure. And I think also, obviously, I understand that there is quite a bit of attention to the fact that it's been 12 years since the previous album. I like to start with saying that we have been an active band all the way. We have not been on a hiatus of any sort. We have been playing live. We have been writing music. So we have been the band has been very much alive all the time. But certainly it's been a while, we initially had plans to start the recording in early 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But the pandemic hit. We were also going out on a new tour in 2020 because we've been also touring regularly since the previous album and up until the pandemic hit. So everything was shut down, and then we eventually could start the recording in summer of 2022. And then we did the drums, and we also then had the opportunity to also start the recording of the vocals in the same sessions as we were recording the drums. So we finished drums and vocals in Fascination Street studio, and then we went back home to our home studios here in Norway and recorded the guitars and basses. And that it took a bit of extra time, also because there was some arrival of new family members along the way in this. So it certainly took a bit of extra time. And then the album was finished mixed in late 2024, and then we got the message from our label at the time that they would not release any new albums. So we then had to start searching for a new label, and that added even more time to the whole process. So it's been a long haul for sure. We've been ready for a long time to get this album out into the world. We are super excited about finally releasing it, but also very much relieved that we're finally there. So it's been a long process, but we are very, very happy to finally be able to share this with you.
Okay. So how, Ida, you managed to answer my question and my other two questions I had prepared. So apart from being an amazing singer, you predict the future. So congratulations.
I talk a lot when I first start.
No, please. I want you to speak all the whatever you need to say. So, well, I was going just to mention that, well, the band, you mentioned that the band was alive during these 12 years. But from our side, from the point of view of the fans, there were maybe some moments that we didn't knew what was going on. And we had always this small fear of breaking up. That was something was in some moment on your mind, or it wasn't never there.
No, do you want to?
No, that's never been the case. We are a really strong lineup. The four of us, we're really close friends, and I don't think we would ever break up. So definitely the pandemic and the COVID years was a big setback for us, but we kept working all along, and yeah, we would never stop the band.
No.
For sure.
And also we have been touring, but of course, like I'm thinking that we were touring in 2017 and 18, and we have done some festivals. But then I start to think now, okay, it feels like it was just a couple of years ago, but I hear now that it's quite some time ago that as well. But no, we absolutely we have been working all the time. But we absolutely understand that. It looks from the outside like it's been completely dark.
I also have to say that for all the people who think that we were either on hiatus or broken up, it's really heartwarming to see the reactions now to the videos and the singles, to see how happy people are that we're back. It's really heartwarming.
We were waiting for you, of course. I mean, I was really glad when I knew you were coming back. And now, after checking the result, well, the waiting was worth. So,
Thank you.
I have a question because, well, you told me you were about to release this album in 2020, and because of the pandemics and all that stuff. But do you think now that you finally finish it, the product we are getting today is mostly the same we were about to release on 2020, or there has been changes, improvements?
I can say that the product is the same because the songs were already finished at that point. The problem was that in Norway, it was really strict during COVID. So the studio that we record at is in Sweden. And for a long period there, we were not actually allowed to travel to Sweden.
Mm-hmm.
But the songs were already, we did pre-productions at that time. So the product, I think, is the same as it would have been.
Mm. There are some, with regards to the vocals, things that has been changed along the way somewhat. But yeah.
Well, I also think I think you in the past you have described yourselves as a band of perfectionist musicians, and maybe I was also thinking that with all this amount of obstacles, you were not able to reach your top level of excellence, and maybe it's something somehow it delayed also a little bit. Am I right?
You're definitely right that we are perfectionists in the studio and also live, but that's not really the reason for the delay. But you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We hold ourselves to a very high standard as far as the musicianship and the recordings.
Yeah, for sure. It can take it takes a bit of extra time, but we've always been like that. So.
And what compared to your previous effort, the heart of the matter, what is new in Triosphere now in the album?
I think the two main features or characteristics of this album is that it, at least I feel, it's more intense, and I definitely feel that the vocal melodies are more catchy, for sure. So I feel it's more intense and it's more catchy. So it's a stronger album with regards to melodies, for sure. Regarding the guitar work, I'll leave that comment to you.
Yeah, no, but I agree. I think it's more catchy. It's maybe a bit more to the point. We keep getting better as musicians all the time, as everyone does, and I feel this is definitely our strongest album. But I think the main improvement is the fact that we have even more catchy choruses and now.
Okay, I will advance another question because also, of course, I want to talk a little bit about the songs. And I think you mentioned one of your songs, Shorelines, as the happy song during the recording. And I agree with you, but in my opinion, the title track, Oceans Above, Stars Below, is even happier. I like both of them, but even Oceans Above, I like it a bit more. It's really amazing.
Well, thank you so much to start with, but yeah, actually, because Oceans, the title track, it is definitely also when it comes to the lyrics, a very positive song. The overall musical expression feels a much more dramatic than Shorelines. Shorelines is perhaps more straight to the point, happy, uplifted mood. But yeah, Oceans Above, Stars Below, the title track is for sure also a song that is positive, that is all about finding your way through changes, difficulties, challenges, all that. So I'm happy to hear that you feel that way too, for sure.
Okay, I also like, well, the opening title, apart from the premonition, apart from the intro of Tyrants.
Yeah.
I always think that the first song is kind of the definition, or should be the definition of the whole album. And of Tyrants, it's maybe the most trashy song from all the album. So you decide you wanted to start with a blast, so you did. I like it a lot. So maybe it could be your favorite or of Tyrants or not at all.
I definitely agree with you 100%. It is the most trashy song on the album. And it was pretty clear to us that it should be the opening track. Initially, it was actually going to be Monsters Ball. That was the opening track. But when we had all the vocals ready for Of Tyrants, it was obvious that it should be the opening. And it is the most trashy one for sure. As for favorites, it changes all the time for me. I remember when we were in the studio and she put down the vocals to the chorus of the title track. That was one of the first moments where both me and Theo, the other guitar player, had this like, wow, this is really going to be great because the vocals were so amazing. Still gives me goosebumps. So that was my favorite for a long time. Then Shorelines has been one of my favorites. And there are also some songs that people haven't heard yet that have been favorites of mine. There's one track called Through the Phantom Wall. That's also really one of my favorites. It's not my favorite to play because it's extremely hard to play, but I really, really like the chorus and the vocals in it. So yeah, for me, it changes all the time. Which one is my favorite?
Yeah, same for me as well. We have been listening to these, obviously. We have been listening to these songs for quite some time. So the favorite definitely changes a lot. I think I've had a special soft spot for Orpheus Bane. That's also a song that's not released yet because I think I'm happy with how the lyrics works in all of the songs, but I think this one in particular, I think it was such a good fit with the music. And for the readers and the listeners, I just have to add that the lyrics on that one is about the Greek tale of Orpheus and how do you pronounce this in English? Eurydice, we say at least in Norwegian. His loved one, and he's traveled down to the underworld to get her back, and the great tragedy when he loses her. And I think the lyric and the music there, it fits so well. So I've liked that one very much. But we're really happy and proud of all the songs for sure.
I also saw that you have released 2 videos so far. And I was curious about the one of Tyrants because you are playing this chess play. And I just wanted to know about that concept. Is it something that you guys came up with that, or it was just about the company, or?
Now, the thing about that, I have to give full kudos or praise to Kinorama Studio who made the video.
It's really good. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, because we when we started, we had a talk with our A&R in Frontiers about making the videos, and he recommended this company to us to make them. So we reached out to Kinorama. They consist of two people, Greta and Ray, and I sent them the songs we wanted to have videos made of and the lyrics, and talked about what the lyrics meant. And they quite quickly pitched back this idea of Tyrants with this chess game. And I think it was a very good idea. And we were even more impressed when we came down there and shot the video of their whole visual vision for how it should be, and the costume that Greta had made for this video, this tyrant figure that I'm playing against. It was a dialogue, but it was an idea pitched by them, and we're very impressed with the whole product that they delivered for us.
I see that more or less, well, the songs are independent, so we are not talking about a conceptual album, but you have this title, this amazing title, Oceans Above, Stars Below, that kind of, you are reversing the natural order of things. So how it has a, I don't know how to say, there is a reflection on this concept of the title in your songs, or in your history, or in your current state?
Well, it's yes, you might definitely say that. There isn't one particular theme that connects all the songs, but nevertheless, the title is inspired by a sentence I wrote in a book series by a Polish author called Sapkowski. It's a book series about the Witcher, if you have seen maybe the Netflix series of this. But anyways, in the books, there is a sentence that is repeated that says, you mistook the stars reflected in a pond at night for those in the sky. And that sentence really, I love that one. You can interpret so much from that sentence. One thing you can take from it is that you should not always believe what you see, or you can be misguided or misled, etc. And from that, I also, water and ocean and rivers have always been a very big inspiration for me when I've been writing lyrics. So I connected all of this, and the title Oceans Above, Stars Below was formed. And, things are upside down. It's something different from what you expect, different from what you believe. It's something that situations you can find yourself in, that in both good ways and bad ways are a challenge that you need to navigate through, or figure out, or just find a way to exist within new situations. And I think people can take that and interpret it to so many different things going on in everyone's lives. So that is a theme that definitely can connect into all of the lyrics in some way or another.
Okay, perfect. And can you explain us a little bit about how was the recording process? Because, well, my question would be if you do it separately, because nowadays it's what everyone is doing, everyone in his house, studio, home, and sharing the tracks, or you were able to get together to record?
It was a mix. First, we recorded the drums. We all went down to the studio and stayed for the duration when he was recording the drums. Then we did the vocals, same thing, we were all there. For the bass and guitar, we did it mostly in pairs. So she engineered my guitars. So most of the time we were working together. And for the mix, we all went down to the studio in Sweden again together. Spent a whole week there doing the mix and the mastering. So for most of the recording, we worked together. But for the bass and guitar, we worked two of us worked together.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, regarding the band, I think Kenneth, correct me if I am wrong, he joined the band in 2014.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Correct.
So, but this is his first studio album.
Yes, it is.
So I would need to ask how has he contributed now in a studio to change or improve the rhythmic identity of Triosphere?
First of all, he was extremely efficient and great in the recording studio. It's his first album per se, but he has done a lot of recording before. So he sort of has all the necessary experience and did a great job. And he has his own approach to things. Obviously, he can play all the old material flawlessly, but he has a different music taste than the rest of us. So he likes a lot more extreme stuff than us, which I think is great that he brings to the table. So, but working on the recording and of the drums, he had a lot of great ideas, and he was also very open to our inputs. So, yeah, working with him is amazing.
Okay, and this question is for Ida. I think, well, you have spent all your Triosphere career combining the lead vocals with the bass player stuff. I think somehow it's now the musical identity of the band. But in the past, I have seen some examples come to my mind. For example, Hansi Kurs from Blind Guardian. He was bass player and singer, but he retired. But even Tobias Sammet, he was playing the bass in that guy. Do you think there might be a moment that you may prefer to choose between one or another, or it will be always like this?
No, good question, and for sure, yeah. I had forgotten that Hansi Kusch played the bass.
It was many years ago, but yes.
Yeah. No, I think I've always said that if I absolutely had to choose between singing and playing the bass, I would choose the bass. But I'm not entirely sure if I can stand by that statement, if it really comes to that. But no, I've never thought about retiring the bass. It's really, I've always played an instrument in a band, and well, if you ask me right here and now, I would say that I think I would feel a bit disconnected from the music if I'm not playing. On the other hand, for sure, it would be a somewhat easier task for me if I was not doing both at the same time, and I could move a lot around more freely on the stage, for sure. And of course, there are a lot of positive things to have a lead singer who is not chained to one spot because you have the instrument at the same time as you're singing. But no, I would not choose in any foreseeable future to retire the bass.
To just add that we did actually discuss it when we started the band, because the first label that we were at were saying that maybe you should have a dedicated front figure. It would be better. So we did consider it at the time, but the way we work now, I think it's a huge advantage, because when we work on music in the rehearsal room, we don't have a singer waiting around for us to finish working on the riff, so we kind of work as a power trio, even though we're four people. So I think the way we work now would not be the same if she stopped playing the bass. And of course, her bass playing is a huge part of our sound as well.
Well, I have also other examples of people that were doing always both tasks. And we have, for example, Motorhead or Rage, three other bands. And I get my level of admiration for those bands. Only three people making so much amazing, let's say, noise, but amazing. For me, It was, well, they are incredible, Rage particularly. But just a stupid question. I know that Triosphere is not this name is not because you were three, okay? No. But so in some moment, did you think about changing to Tetrasphere when you were four?
We were actually four right from the beginning. So for me, it has never been about the number three. It's for me, or for us, it has always been that the Triosphere is where we the origin of creativity. I think it's when you have an idea that you don't know where it came from.
Mhm.
Our name for that is the Triosphere. And I also have a different way of seeing it, because yes, we're 4 people, but you know, there are 2 kinds of family. There's the one you're born into and the one you choose yourself. And so for me, the band has always been my chosen family, and there are 3 people in my family, you know. So
Mhm.
the three people in the band are my Triosphere. So
Mhm.
we're each, if you relate it to the number 3, I guess we're each other's Triosphere.
And just as I mentioned, because I know that we are only 3 on the recording of Onwards, but we were from the beginning 4, and then we had the one guitarist stepping away, and then we were joined by Theo as we were recording the debut album. So just to
So we've never done a live show as a trio. We've
No.
always been 4 members in the band.
Yeah.
Okay. And now, regarding the change of your label, of you were in AFM and now you changed to Frontiers. What did you, at this stage, what did you need for a label in this moment, and what made Frontiers the right fit in this moment?
I think I would say that right from the first conversations we had, it became very clear that Frontiers would be the right choice for us. And just the way they view the band, and they also talked a bit about the long time since the previous release and how they thought this could actually be a great, sort of not a comeback, but they would like to build. It's almost like we're starting from scratch, and then we're starting with a new label, new partner. So just the way that they talked about building the band going forwards, and also behind the scenes, we knew that some of the people that we really loved from AFM were also coming on board to Frontiers. So it was a very natural move. We have a close friend in AFM who has also started with Frontiers recently. So we considered a few different options, but I think right from the first sort of video meetings we had with Frontiers, we felt that this is the place for us.
For sure. And I think they also had it proved to have a very good strategy in the way we've, in all fairness, have been relaunched, and with the singles and also the advertising team they also work with. So we are very we think this is a very good fit for us, and we're very happy with the collaboration so far.
Well, I guess since most of the songs of Oceans Above were ready in 2020, so I guess you have had time to create new songs. So I would like to get a promise from you that we will have to wait another 12 years for the next one.
That we can promise for sure.
Yeah.
And we have already mapped out the strategy with Frontiers. So the next album will not take 12 years. It won't take 10 years. It won't take 6 years. It will.
No, 6 years is too much.
Yeah, no,
we're hoping to have it ready in 2 years. So that's the strategy. 2 years from now.
Well, of course, and it's going to be my next and final set of questions. I would like to know about your plans because no, we can hear you again, but we need to see you on stage. So what are your plans, and particularly thinking on Spain?
We are. I don't think we will have the opportunity in this year to. We will first do some shows in Norway, but 2027 we for sure are. We have begun making plans to get out in Europe and hopefully also more parts of the world. But that is definitely a part of the plan. We don't have anything we can announce yet, but we would love to come back to Spain. It's always been amazing to play for the Spanish audience. Some of our absolute most amazing live experiences have been in Spain. So we really hope to be back in several places in Spain next year.
Okay, and well, another one. Thinking on your last release, the music industry has changed a lot. So did you notice now that the album is about to be released, these changes? I mean, for example, your strategy is changing now.
Yes, it's been really different this time compared to the previous time. For starters, we've never released singles before. I think we discussed it perhaps last time, but now we and Frontiers were absolutely in agreement that we have to release singles. Also, we hadn't made, as you pointed out, we haven't made a single official video for the previous album. So that also is something that we had to change this time. But the major difference is, of course, the social media and the importance of pushing content there. The whole social media thing is a completely new ballgame for us, and we are definitely doing our best to do a good job on that one. But none of us have been extremely active posting on social media before, so it's a learning. What's it called in English?
Learning curve.
Learning curve, yeah. And yeah, your thoughts on this?
No, it's obviously different, and we have been around for quite a long time. So, for instance, when we did our album called "The Road Less Traveled," which was the first album we released on AFM, back then it was a really big deal because we did release a single at that point, and it was a big deal to get that included on like a sampler CD that was shipped with big magazines.
Yes,
that you know, if you tell that to some kids that are just starting a band now, they would sound like you're from the previous century, but. So the printed media is not the same, and of course, as she says, social media is way more important. So it has changed, but I think it's also a lot of the same. You still have to go out there and play live shows and promote your music that way. A lot of that is still the same.
Yeah, I forgot about the sampler in the magazines that were.
Yeah, that was really important back then, and it's not that long ago, but things change quickly.
It's longer than we want to admit. I'm afraid.
Well, from my point of view, the main, apart from the social media, of course, because it has also changed a lot the journalism, the music journalism, but a lot. I mean, we cannot just be writing. We need to communicate for a more wider audience. But particularly the singles stuff calls my attention a lot because now almost half of every album that is going to be released is there in advance. And I am older, so I miss those times that you were going to buy your CD or even your tape, and you almost didn't know what was inside, and you were discovering everything. But
I
no,
agree.
it has changed, but in the end, it's different. I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's just different. On the other hand, you have another way to reach a more wide audience, and that's good for the bands. So
absolutely,
perfect.
Absolutely.
Okay.
One side that we are a bit old school is the way we write, because we don't really write thinking about singles. We always write the album as a whole, and we put a lot of effort into making the songs in the right key so that the order of the album works. And then when you start choosing single, it's like, yeah, we want to do this as a single. But in my mind, it's like, no, but that's the third song on the album. They need to hear the two first ones first. It doesn't make sense on its own, you know? So a lot of bands these days write thinking only in terms of singles. But for us, that's not the way we really work. But that's just the way it is.
It's a journey, the whole album. So...
Okay, and my final question, and then we will stick to the Zoom time limit. It is just for a closing perspective, the meaning, thinking on 10 years from now, thinking on the meaning of Oceans Above and Stars Below in the history of Triosphere. An album that finally ended a long wait, a comeback, or the record that opened a new chapter for the band? What do you think?
First of all, that was a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yes, for sure. Well, obviously, always when I write lyrics, I definitely bring in a part of my own life into it. So the title track, it definitely resonates with at least myself, and therefore also the whole journey of the band, where we've been, where we are, and where we want to go. and I definitely feel that that we are now at a new chapter. It feels like that. Maybe it's a bit strange to say that, since I, at the same time, say that we've been here all the time. It's not been a break here or anything, but it really, there is a. I think I'm maybe not using this quite right now to what I'm about to say, but I do feel that the pandemic became a watershed moment for us, the band we were before and the band we are now. And it's happened a lot in our lives that has nothing to do with the band as well. That all in all, yeah, I would say it feels like a new chapter and a new, very exciting one. So I'm very, very hopeful, and I do believe and hope that there will be good things ahead for both us and everyone who wants to hear us and see us.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think that's it, because I think this is going to close in 1 minute. So I think we are done. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for your time, your work, your artistic work. And from my point of view, I'm the one of the fans. We will just be waiting for you to come to Spain to play.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us. Thank you for the feature.
If we can say just one last thing, of all the hundreds of shows we have done, there's one that's top 5 for me, which was in Spain at the place they call it La Riviera. So I really hope that we get back.
Yeah, La Riviera, Madrid.
La Riviera in Madrid. Yeah, I am from Madrid, so my first concert was in La Riviera. In fact, my first heavy metal show. Many years ago. Yeah.
And we played there. It was so amazing. So I really hope we get back there in 2027.
And in La Riviera, which is a big venue, so please be there. Okay, Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.